Yeah, more likely than not, the Browns' 2026 quarterback is not on this roster. I'm very apprehensive of moving on from Gabriel too quickly for Sanders for a couple of reasons. Mainly, first of all, what we saw in the preseason. Gabriel pretty dramatically outplayed him.
Gabriel, he completed 8 of his first 9 passes, threw a pick 6, bad decision.
Gabriel has been very good so far. And this one is picked off and going back the other way.
After the game, he made some very, very interesting comments.
It's just part of it. You know, there's entertainers and there's competitors. And I totally understand that. My job is to compete. And that's what I'm focused on doing.
We're now tuned in to the Dark Times channel.
And so here we go again, back with another one. Welcome back to the Dark Times channel. And we got to go ahead and chime in on the latest with Shedeur Sanders. And as everybody knows by now, Dillon Gabriel is going to be getting the start this coming Sunday all the way in the UK. But right now, the focus isn't on that. Right now, the focus is on Shedeur Sanders, as he usually is.
Just one more. What do you think you have to show? Show to the coaches just to have that belief in you that you can be ready.
What game you say?
Ocho, do you like the way Shedeur handled this press conference?
Absolutely. Absolutely, because whatever he says, they're going to twist his words. If you say nothing, there's really, on any other team, there are 31 there are 31 other teams. Do any of those media members talk to the third string quarterback?
No.
Something's missing. Something's missing with this kid. This kid talks. He runs his mouth like I could be a starting quarterback with his arms crossed like this. Get your ass in the front row and study and do all that. If I know, the whole league knows.
Oh, it's controversy. Why create controversy? How do you not create it? Right, when they ask the question, just don't answer. You just don't answer. If anything, they should be talking to Joe Flacco. Why are you talking to Shedeur? I mean, it makes no sense, and I like the way he handled it, because anything he does say, they're going to make it a big deal. They're going to twist his words. They're going to take it completely out of context.
Quit being an embarrassment that way. You got the talent to be the quarterback. You should be embarrassed that you're not the quarterback now.
And so a lot of people, including Shedeur Sanders, didn't really care for that. And instead of attacking him directly, he kind of went about it in a little bit of a passive-aggressive way. And like I said, that shows a little bit of immaturity, but also just really frustrated. I'm damned if I do, and I'm damned if I don't. So let me just go ahead and keep my mouth shut.
It's hard. It's a hard situation. Now, I talked to Shedeur, and I won't get into the details about the conversation because I respect our relationship. But it's like, yo, man, I go from being the top dog in college, thinking I'm supposed to be a top tier quarterback being drafted, because that's what everybody had him to do before the draft. I go to the 5th round. I didn't expect that. Now I got a dude in front of me. I'm not gonna talk about how bad Joe Flacco is. That's just me speaking, but we know how bad he is. I got a guy in front of me that I ran laps around in college. Okay? That's part. Okay, so he's a starter in front of me. Right? So I already know how much better I am than him, but cool. Then I ball out in the preseason. Then the next game y'all got me with all these 3rd and 4th string guys not on the team no more. Yeah. So I'm not gonna look that great. Okay? So then we get to the season and I'm the 3rd string quarterback. I went from up here to now I'm down here. And I can't do nothing about it. Yeah. And as I watch what's going on, I see all bad football around the whole NFL. I see bad football on my team, and then my quarterbacks, you know what he looks like, Joe Flacco. So his message was like, Shady, I'm between a rock and a hard place. What can I do? I can't go out there and ball and show them what I'm doing. I'm doing great work on the practice team. I'm balling out, and then now you ask me questions about me. It's like, yo, I'm the 3rd string. I can't even talk. What do you want me to say? Then when I do say something jokingly, y'all make a big deal about it. So his thing is like, yo, what do you want me to do? That was basically his message when I talked to him. What do you want me to do? I feel bad for him though, because I feel like the issue he's having is not his fault. As a player, your job is to be a good teammate and be a good player. He's been that.
Like, what are we talking about, bro? At this point, what are we really talking about? Look at the video. People just coming up with anything to just downplay Shedeur Sanders. This man is not even in the game. And y'all finding reasons to talk bad about this young man, bro. I do not understand it. It does not make sense to me.
I want everyone to consider the source here. I'm not in the building. I don't know what the deal is. I'm a fan. I'm just looking at this from the outside looking in, and there's got to be something to it. There got to be.
There was one
consoling a teammate That's not good, right?
I give Shedeur a little bit of advice. He looked.
No. I don't want you giving Shedeur advice.
Riz on the sideline.
Yeah, listen to this, Chris. Now this pissed me off. Now this did
with the backwards hat and the sunglasses and the look of it. I would just remind Shedeur, lock in on the game. Watch the game.
What?
Who said he wasn't?
Didn't Flacco have a hat on backwards? Doesn't Jalen Hurts do that all the time? He's done it. You're knocking a kid for wearing his hat backwards?
And Shedeur Sanders, he showed a little bit of immaturity the other day, really the first sign of immaturity. But a lot of people, including myself, feel like it's somewhat warranted. Darn near expected for somebody his age. Up until now, he's been a class act. He said everything the right way. He's done everything the right way. He's gone about all his post-game interviews, post-practice. All his interviews were perfect. He aced the test in pretty much every aspect other than getting a few speeding tickets.
And, with anyone in our organization.
Andrew.
Kevin, after Shedeur had those speeding tickets, did you talk to him personally? What's your message?
I did. Obviously, I'll keep that message between Shedeur and myself, but I will tell you, he knows this, and all of our rookies know this. They need to make sure that they're being safe, and that can be whether they're behind the wheel of a car or they're in and around town. They need to make really good decisions so that they're safe.
So
yesterday, Andrew Berry mentioned that
speeding, huh?
that he thought it wasn't smart. I figured somebody had to ask him.
Yeah.
So he said that it wasn't smart. He said he talked to you. He said Kevin said he also talked to you. So I'm just wondering, what did you learn from that incident?
Yeah, I definitely learned not to drive fast at all. So I really don't even drive like that much anymore. But I really don't drive fast at all. So I definitely follow the rules, and I hope everybody learn from my situation. That not drive fast at all.
Do you think they should consider a trade, right? Because this is a championship level defense. We have agreed they're playing for next year. But at a certain point, you get tired of playing for next year. You want to win games.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins is potentially available. Do you give the Eagles a call about Tanner McKee, who maybe that's cost prohibitive? I mean, I would consider that, frankly, if I'm Cleveland. Yeah, more likely than not, the Browns' 2026 quarterback is not on this roster. They have those picks, and we can agree upon that. I'm very apprehensive of moving on from Gabriel too quickly for Sanders for a couple of reasons. Mainly, first of all, what we saw in the preseason. Gabriel pretty dramatically outplayed him, and the way he outplayed him, too, is a big part of why they're making this move to Gabriel early, which is he has a quick release. He can play point guard.
And this is one of the things about being a Shedeur fan that's so frustrating to a lot of us. People act like we didn't see Shedeur Sanders come in there preseason week one with all the hype on last minute notice because everybody was injured. Like we didn't see Shedeur Sanders come in there and light it up.
Very.
And a lot of people, they were in the chat last night. Let's see what Shedeur does. Let's see what Shedeur does. Pressure in his face. The first touchdown. The corner slumps off. The flat. The safety is hugging him. He fits it in. Gets it in. Boom. He was impressive tonight.
Hey, keep proving wrong, Dan. You like that,
Shedeur Sanders made the entire National Football League look like a whole bunch of petty fools.
With limited reps. Like I said, he wasn't even practicing with the first or the second team, or the third team for that matter, but he came in there, the highest rated preseason game ever, with all eyes on him, and he did his thing. He lit it up.
When I saw J.J. McCarthy go top 10, a first-round pick, I said, Shedeur Sanders is better than J.J. McCarthy today. That's just my honest opinion. And I'm looking at around the league, and it's like, okay, you're Cincinnati quarterback. Today, he could do better than that. You see what I'm saying? So
I don't look at his comment of I'm better than a lot of what's out there as some big transgression. I do look at it in a similar vein that I looked at the bad preseason game he played. But when you're a 5th round pick, you got to kind of be perfect.
Yeah.
Say it again.
I said, but understand the circumstances with that bad game. He was around bad players.
Oh, I know. He was.
Yes.
Of course. No. I get that. But my point is this: like, you have to basically bowl a perfect game.
So those guys were getting first team reps. Shedeur wasn't getting those reps. Right. So I agree. We shouldn't be surprised. The question that I have for you, if Gabriel struggles, now what do? Do they go back to Flacco or they say, oh, do they give Shedeur an opportunity?
You know what? I'm not sure. And knowing the game, understanding the business and knowing how the business works, I think they will probably go back to Flacco. I think they will go back to Flacco. And if things don't work out again and Flacco's still not successful when he returns back to the field, then I think Shedeur will get his shot somewhere on the back half of the season.
And so, unfortunately, I would have to go ahead and agree with that as well. Because I think Dillon Gabriel can get this team to a respectable team. I think if he's half as good as they think he is, I think he can do that. I think they got a good enough team where they can actually win some ball games. It's just that now Joe Flacco is playing that bad. So even a rookie like Dillon Gabriel, even though Dillon Gabriel is 25 years old, somebody like that with a level of experience starting as many games as he started at the collegiate level, somebody like that, they can come in, they can make a difference. And so who knows? Maybe Shedeur gets traded. Maybe Dillon Gabriel goes out there and he lights it up. You know, I'm not trying to root against anybody, but that could be a scenario. But either way, hopefully Shedeur gets his opportunity. Hopefully he gets it sooner rather than later. But those are my thoughts on it. Make sure you guys go ahead and chime in below as we usually do. I'm going to try to be as active in there as I can on this one because I want to hear what y'all got to say. And as usual, peace and chaos.